Oh my god, literally 3 hours ago, IGN have released a video called In Defense of Alien Isolation. What do you mean, in defense? Oh, video should be titled An Apology from IGN. Never played this game, may I suggest? Getting good. I have played this game before, but it was 4 years ago. What? It took them 10 years to realise their mistake? Oh, wait. Let's have a look at this. It's IGN. Where's the video? In Defense of Alien Isolation. Have they... I don't know what their original rating for it was. There we go. In Defense of Alien Isolation. Oh, it would help. Its 10th anniversary?
Across the many stories set in the Alien universe, there's evidence to suggest that the xenomorphs are part of some kind of hive mind that, at some level, operates as a collective consciousness.
Get away from her,
you bitch. I know that line.
The same cannot be said for IGN. This website is the work of a large
5.9? No.
group of individuals with varied and sometimes directly conflicting perspectives on pretty much every
5.9?
single game. But a review, by its very nature, can only reflect the perspective of one person. A decade ago, our own Ryan McCaffrey gave Alien Isolation a 5.9 in his review.
IGN today is not the IGN it once was. Agreed. IGN is not... You don't trust anything with IGN now.
Noting that, among other things, its genuine scares were diluted by repetition and padding. He wasn't alone in that reaction, and other major review outlets gave it similar scores for similar reasons.
Alien Isolation provides us a glimpse at the ultimate Alien game. It's too bad that brief glimpse is surrounded by so many
IGN have been a scam for a while with their ratings, yeah.
Today, on its 10th anniversary, I'm here to respectfully dissent.
Wait, did
and
it come
offer
out
a
10 years today?
I love Alien Isolation. It is one of my favourite games of all time. And, even after all these years, it remains a singular, terrifying triumph. When Alien Isolation arrived in 2014, I was working at a different website. As the year drew to a close, I wrote that I believed Creative Assembly's take on survival horror was the best game of the year. I reread that piece after recently replaying the whole campaign, and found that everything I loved about it at launch remains what I love about it today. The headliner of the whole event is, of course, the Xenomorph itself, a landmark piece of enemy AI engineering. Creative Assembly somehow managed to turn lines of code into a creature that appears genuinely, terrifyingly alive. Despite operating almost entirely without a scripted sequence of actions, every encounter with it feels as though it were perfectly authored to generate maximum tension. The way it learns from your actions, such as investigating lockers after discovering you use them to hide, is truly unnerving. On the hard difficulty level, when the AI is firing on all cylinders, the Xenomorph truly is the ultimate foe depicted in the movies, and so I can understand why this tougher challenge is listed as the recommended way to experience the game. But while this mode is more accurate to the experience of Ellen Ripley, it is perhaps not the best way to experience Alien Isolation for the very first time. Without prior understanding of the systems, many of which are bespoke or subversive, a playthrough on the medium difficulty level is the better starting place. Ryan sadly fell afoul of this for his review, where he understandably opted for hard based on that menu prompt. Better phrasing would have helped here. I described the hard mode as the faithful Alien experience.
Better phrasing. You picked hard mode. What did you expect? Name me one game in the last 10 years that meets the game's tension, fears, and stress. How many downvotes? So this is For 519 downvotes to 495 downvotes, and the original one, 58k to 8k. Whew. That is wild. See, even like their apology is still getting downvoted. Did IGN really just criticize a game for how intelligent the AI is? You don't even use it. I only use IGN for trailers. That's all I use it for. What is? And tomorrow that stupid video review will be 10 years old and IGN is a piece of crap. Please change your career path. Isolation is a solid 8.
Okay, let's go.
That is wild.
Rather than the recommended one, there's still plenty of scares to be had on the lower settings. I'd assumed, after 10 years and plenty of documentation
Yes,
of how it all works, that fear effect would have dissipated, just as more recent Alien movies have lost the element of surprise because we know so much about the xenomorph life cycle. I was wrong. Despite a small contingency of well-executed pretenders in the likes of Amnesia the Bunker's Monster and the Resident Evil 2 remake's Mr. X, there's still nothing that truly compares to Alien Isolation's authentic feeling intelligence. The gameplay implications of that intelligence were one of the things Ryan criticised in his review, noting that it forced a restrictive structure of hiding and waiting for the xenomorph to move on every time it interrupted your journey. I can understand where he was coming from, since a long history of games have conditioned many people to play that way, but from my point of view, I see the Alien's sharp hunting ability as the catalyst for one of the most interesting stealth
IGN, the aliens aren't real. -1 point. Exactly.
games of the era because of how boldly it defies conventions. Up until that point, the stealth genre was built on observation.
So wait, they're doubling down on the bad score? I think so. He's giving me mixed messages with his review thing.
And pattern recognition, understanding how an enemy's regular patrol path can be interrupted and exploited. The xenomorph, however, has no regular path to exploit, making it unpredictable. Your approach has to be much more reactive and, as a result, more authentic to the reality of the situation. This can, depending on your stomach, force you into hiding in lockers and beneath desks. The more interesting approach, though, is to make extensive use of Isolation's tools. The throwable noisemakers and flares act as distractions, pulling the alien away to open up new routes. Emergency override buttons lock down doors, putting a hard barrier between you and it. Smoke bombs and rewired air purification systems hide you from view at the cost of your own vision. Through smart and admittedly risky use of these tools, you can sort of wrangle your hunter. While the xenomorph plays by its own rules as it stalks you, Alien Isolation does make use of observation and pattern recognition in a different way. It is one of the best examples of purposeful sound design in the history of games, with unique audio markers for everything the xenomorph does.
Okay.
Dull thuds
Hiding beneath desks, I don't know, I'd say a few at IGN have made a career out of that. Like movie critics, they often whack you with scores. They must need website clicks, nothing to write about. Yeah. I don't know what they're trying to go with this. You guys were the ones that gave it a low score. Yes, and stop the devs doing a sequel? No. Defensive game has never needed defense. It was an amazing game from the start. Probably the only good game to come out from the Alien franchise. It's too late now. The only reason that this game needs defense is because of IGN. It is. I don't trust anything that they write at all. You were the defense? What do you mean? You're the ones who gave it 5.9. It wasn't alone narration of major outlets in its similar scores for similar reasons. I always say, I say it with movies as well, is never go by reviewers' reviews. Somebody's dropping stuff outside. Must have been a reviewer. Yeah, never go by reviewers. Go by your own, because no one's gonna know until you know. It's your own mind. You know. The only person that you need to impress is you. You're the person buying it. Damn. We review the game, yeah. What's next in Defense of Wukong? Defense, everyone likes this game. We don't have that much power. The average consumer that makes up a large portion of the game population use reviews to decide whether or not to pick up the game. So yeah, you do. This game would have never hit my radar if it had not been recommended to me by a friend. Yeah, like, okay, what's the newest? It's not FIFA anymore, it's FC or something now. It's not, they don't, oh god. They don't call it FIFA, do they? What do they call it now? Animated short. The hell's that? FC 20. I don't know why they've changed it to FC. Oh, that's terrifying.
Hypermotion V.
See, that just
or
looks
F different. A series of
a 6. Okay. They gave it a 6.
ask the prominent underlying problem.
They gave it a 6. Okay, so what have they given FIFA 2024? So they gave it more than... They gave FIFA more than Alien Isolation. Is it? I forgot how to spell FIFA. Alexa, how do you spell FIFA? Oh wait, there you go. Oh. 2014. Okay, what do we think? So what did we say the score? What did we say the score was for? They gave it a... It was a 5, wasn't it? How much did he give the score? It was a 5 something, wasn't it? A game that's been more or less the exact same for the last 10 years, I give it a 6. So, what we're going to say, the score for FIFA 2014, which is the same as when Alien Isolation came out, what score do you think they're going to give it?
Some
And this
parallel
is-
variety. There are just so many different ways to consume it, from one-off fixtures to seasons, online friendlies, a selection of that week's game.
FIFA Nose Hair Edition. We couldn't find anything to change this year, so we added nose hair. 7. You know what? 7's a good score.
Experience for it.
He's got it up and over the goalkeeper, and he scored!
PES definitely offers a credible alternative. FIFA just can't replicate its artful.
No!
But when it comes to
They gave FIFA a 9. I mean, I played FIFA games in the past, but they're not masterpieces. Many ways to play. Improved animation, but visuals are starting to date. So what is it? Which one is it? Which? How can they have improved animations but also the visuals are starting to date? How? That doesn't make any sense. FIFA is a game that you play like, oh, let's just play a random match. Like, it's one of those type of games. Like, I've played FIFA in the past. It's not hard. It's not challenging. It's the same game every time. If I want to buy a FIFA game, I'll buy it pre-owned for £1 a few years later. Oh my god, that is actually insane. That is insane.